I'm going to be ranking the best shooting guards right now in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 35 of the best shooting guard cards right now in the game, and you guys can let me know in the comment section down below which are your guys' favorite shooting guards to be running on your squad right now, and of course, let me know what you guys would change about my tier list. But looking at the first shooting guard here is going to be Dark Matter Adrian Dantley. He's a little bit undersized, but the card's actually pretty good. I would throw him in the B tier category. 6'5" at the 2, 6'8" wingspan. I mean, just good all around stats and badges. You take a look at his animations. He's actually got an amazing jump shot with the KCP base, Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. Is actually such a good jump shot. And then he's also got the DeMar size up. He's got the Curry escape, Dame behind the back. He's got really good dunk packages with the quick drops off one and the front clutches. So great dunk packages, great dribble sigs, an amazing jump shot. Adrian Dantley, I think you got to put in that B tier category. Yes, he's a little bit undersized, but I think he does everything else at a super high level. AK-47, now this one is a really tricky decision. Do you go high A tier or do you go low S? It really depends how many shooting guards I want to have in the S tier category. I don't think he's a top 5 shooting guard. I think he's really close, but I think for now I'm just going to put him in A tier. He's an excellent defender, one of the best defensive shooting guards in the game. He still has a really good jump shot, really good dribble sigs, and I think he's probably going to be maybe the best or second best shooting guard in A tier. But I do think there's probably 5 or 6, maybe even 7 shooting guards better than AK, and obviously we'll talk about those guys here in a second. Now, talking about Allen Houston, I'm gonna probably throw him in the C tier category. Not a bad shooting guard. Like, he's got a pretty good jump shot. He plays defense, but he's just not going to be on the level of a lot of these shooting guards. So I do think Allen Houston probably going to be in that C tier category. Now to talk about endgame Kevin Durant, obviously going to be in that S tier category. The best shooting guard in the game. I would say the best card in the game if you know how to use him, because this man takes so much, I think, skill at first to use, because you got to know what you're doing. He's 6'10" at the shooting guard position, 7'4" wingspan, but the biggest thing about KD is his jump shot. This KPJ base with the Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing has got to be the fastest jump shot in my team right now. So you got to know how to use his jump shot. You got to know how to take advantage of his dribble sigs, his dunk packages. I think if you're an elite level 3 hunter and you really know all the great dribble sigs and you know how to really combo them up and you're really good at creating space at the 3-point line, then I do think KD probably is the best card in the game. Manute Bol, a lot easier to use though. I think anybody can use Manute Bol and he'll be the best card for them. But I think if you're really skilled at this game, not even saying I am, because I would be much better with a Manute Bol than a Kevin Durant. I'm just not really a 3-hunt type player. That's not kind of what I'm good at in 2K. So KD wise, I think for a guy that really is good at 3-hunting, is definitely the best shooting guard for pretty much anybody. And then I would say the best card in the game, slightly over Manute, if you really know what you're doing and can fully take advantage of just how dominant and overpowered this endgame KD is. But yeah, for sure, gonna be in that S tier category. I think Carmelo probably sneaks into the S tier category as well, probably at like number 6 or number 7 if I'm putting like the top 5 to 7 shooting guards in the S tier category. I do think he's better at shooting guard than AK just because of the offense he brings to the table. I like a lot more than AK because AK is more of a defender, but I do think Carmelo gonna be in the S tier category. A really good jump shot and really good dribble sigs. Chuck Cooper, I'm gonna probably go C. Undersized shooting guard, but I wouldn't say he's as good as an Adrian Dantley, so not a bad shooting guard. I'm gonna go in the C tier category. DeMar DeRozan, really solid. I'm gonna go high B tier. He's 6'7" at the 2, great jump shot, really good at going to the basket. I think DeMar is actually pretty underrated for a shooting guard. I'm gonna throw him in that B tier category. Earl Lloyd, I think you gotta go B. I don't think you could put Earl Lloyd in A tier just because he's only 6'5" at the shooting guard position. He's really good offensively though. Like, you take a look at his animations, he's got such a good jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. Then he's got the Steve Francis size up, John Wall escape, Dame behind the back. He's got the 2 best dunk packages with the quick drops off one and the front clutches as well. So I think Adrian Dantley and Earl Lloyd, very similar undersized shooting guards, and I think both deserve to be at least in that B tier category. Michael Finley, another really easy A tier option. I wouldn't say is a top 5 to 7 shooting guard. I think he's close. I think he's really good at the 2. Just wish his defense was a little bit better. Offensively though wise, he's got an amazing jump shot, really good dribble sigs. I think he's probably at least A tier, maybe you could argue in the S tier category. Talking about Rudy Gay, I think I'm gonna also put him in A tier. A really good all-around shooting guard. There's really no flaws when it comes to this dark matter Rudy Gay card. Small forward shooting guard, 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan. He also does have an amazing player model in game. Probably one of the best things about Rudy Gay is definitely his player model. And then you take a look at his stats, they're going to be super well rounded. His jump shot's going to be so easy to time. Like, I would say it's probably the easiest jump shot in the game right now, just to be able to knock down consistently. He's got some decent dribble sigs, he's really good at going to the rim, and then very solid defensive tendencies. So he can defend, he can slash at the basket, he can knock down threes, he can play make, and he's got that size to be a really elite shooting guard. Maybe a little bit lower than an AK and a Michael Finley, but I do think he's probably gonna be in that low A tier category. Now, talking about Glenn Robinson, same tier as DeMar DeRozan. I think they're very similar shooting guards, definitely better than Allen Houston and a Chuck Cooper, but I don't think they're going to be on the level of a Rudy Gay, AK-47, or Michael Finley. Big Z is a tough one because I still think you got to throw him in A tier because he's 7'3" at the shooting guard position, and he just opens up the possibilities to run so many different lineups in the game. And he's also a huge mismatch at shooting guard. He's 7'3", 7'6" wingspan. I think for that reason alone, I'm still going to put him in the A tier category, but you got to run the right lineup around him. You got to really use him to his, full advantage of having a 7'3" shooting guard. I think if you can do that, he's probably an A tier shooting guard. Maybe for most people, he might be in B tier, but I do think if you run him in the right lineup, he'll be an A tier shooting guard. Next shooting guard, though, is going to be Andrew Wiggins. I'm going to actually throw him in the low A tier category. I do like him a little bit more than DeMar and Glenn Robinson. I think he brings a little bit more defense than those type of cards, and he's just as good of a slasher as DeMar and just as good of a jump shot. But I do think he's very similar to a dark matter Rudy Gay. I think these two shooting guards are pretty much on the same level. Brandon Ingram, I'm gonna go C tier. Not a bad shooting guard, I just don't like this card's jump shot. Maybe if you like his release, you'll put him a little bit higher, but just for me, I don't like his jump shot too much. Invincible T-Mac, gotta go in the S tier category. I would say easily the second best shooting guard, right behind Kevin Durant. I think those are the number 1, number 2 shooting guards, and probably the most obvious choice out of most positions. Like, I think you gotta go KD1 and then gotta go T-Mac 2. Just so amazing offensively. T-Mac, such a good jump shot, still pretty solid dribble sigs, and he's an invincible, so 99 every single stat and 55 Hall of Fame badges. But Steven Jackson, I'm gonna go B. I like Steven Jackson a lot. I think he's really solid at the shooting guard position. I know a lot of people are really high on this card and they might go A tier. I don't think he's as good as like a Rudy Gay, AK-47, Andrew Wiggins. I think he's like a tier below those guys. Still really good at shooting guard, especially for being free. It only takes about 45 minutes to complete the all-time spotlight challenge for that card. So I do think he's going to be in B tier. Next card, though, is going to be Scottie Pippen. I think because of his defense and the fact that he's an invincible, I still think you got to put him in A. He's got a really good catch and shoot jump shot. Maybe not your typical shooting guard. He's more of like a small forward type of player in game where he's more about defense and, just size. But I do think he's still probably in the A tier category. I would say one of the more underrated shooting guards. Jaylen Brown, I'm going to go C tier. Just don't think Jaylen Brown's really that great. His jump shot's super slow, but does have really good dribble sig. So I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown probably in C tier. Joe Johnson also gonna be in C. I don't know if any of those cards are D tier, maybe a couple. I'll have to move down to the D tier category because I want to have at least a couple cards in D, but I still think Joe Johnson probably in the C tier category. Kawhi Leonard, I know it might sound crazy. I think Kawhi is a top 5 shooting guard. I think he's the 5th best shooting guard in the game. He's 6'7" at the 2, 7'3" wingspan. If you guys have used or played against or seen this card in game, he just plays so amazing. Like, I know Splash posted a gameplay on him. I think JC posted a gameplay on him. Go watch that game. Go watch their gameplays because they went crazy in those. And then I also just have seen him in game. I've used him a couple times. He's just so amazing at that shooting guard position. His defense is elite. His jump shot's knocked down. He's got great dribble sigs. Really hard to explain about Kawhi, but he just plays so much better defense than most cards on the perimeter just because it's Kawhi Leonard and he gets those crazy pluck and steal animations. But I do think Kawhi, for me personally, gonna be in that S tier category. Kevin Garnett, very similar situation to a Big Z. I think he's more of a small forward, but if you still wanted to run him at shooting guard, he's 6'11" at the 2 and gonna bring you that great size. So I do think he's gonna be an A tier. Next card, though, is going to be Klay Thompson. Is that going to be our first D tier shooting guard? I would say Klay is probably worse than every shooting guard in the C tier category, so I'm going to go Klay in that D tier spot. Kyle Korver, I'm going to go C. It's hard because a lot of these guys in like the D and C tier category, I feel like Clay's a little bit worse than those guys, but they could also be in D tier. So I'll probably have to move a couple guys around there at that C and D tier spot. If it's a LeBron, you guys know where I'm putting LeBron. You can disagree, you can agree, doesn't matter. I got LeBron in the S tier category. I think he's the 3rd or 4th best shooting guard in the game because of the defense he brings to the table, his size at the shooting guard position, and I think he's just a better AK-47 and a better Kawhi Leonard. I think he's just Kawhi with a little bit more size, a little bit more slashing ability. Kawhi does have a better jump shot, but I still think LeBron and Kawhi gonna be in that S tier category. Chris Middleton, I might go D tier, man. This Chris Middleton card just isn't good. I'ma actually go D tier. Gotta have at least a couple cards in D. Tim Thomas, I'ma also go in the S tier category. 6'7" at the 2. He's got such a good jump shot, really good dribble sigs. He moves super quick on the court. I still think you gotta put Tim Thomas in the S tier category. Mikal Bridges, I'm gonna go C tier. Mitch Richmond, I'm gonna go probably D. I don't think Mitch Richmond's really that good. OG Anunoby, I'm gonna go in the B tier category. Another Glenn Robinson, DeMar type of shooting guard. Like, he plays really good defense. He's got a good jump shot. He's a great two-way shooting guard in the game. So feel like you still got to put him somewhere in B tier. Ray Allen, I think, is also going to be in B tier. Really good offensively, still has great dribble sigs, a super quick jump shot, and I think he's on him like a Earl Lloyd, Adrian Dantley type of level at that shooting guard position. Ricky Davis, kind of same thing, still really good offensively. I don't think Ricky is in A tier anymore, just because, like, is he on the same level as a Rudy Gay? I mean, I guess you could argue on the same level as an Andrew Wiggins, but I would definitely take everybody in A tier over Ricky Davis at that shooting guard position. Sean Elliott also going to be in B tier. Not the highest on Sean Elliott. Steve Smith going to be in A tier. Still a really good offensive shooting guard, great jump shot, and really good dribble sigs. Paul Pierce, I'm going to have to go D tier. Vince, I'm going to probably go low A tier for Vince Carter. Still really good offensively, great at going to the basket. And then I think I'll round out the S tier category by putting Terry Dischinger in S. These are going to be my top 7 shooting guards in the game. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about my shooting guard tier list? What would you guys change about it? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.